Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let me have your attention, please, because this is Team Fortress TV. We are live, we are talking, and we are here. And there's a lot to unpack. There is a lock and loaded two. There is Ascent randomly folding here tonight and faint picking up the pieces. There is also a Prem qualifier, and you're right, that is exactly what we're going to be covering here on this Team Fortress TV channel. And it is TurboTabs. I'm not alone though. I've got Dave. Yeah, just Dave. Like that. No Bobby Basketball 99. No fancy names. It's just Dave. You make it sound like I've just picked him up from the pub. How are we doing, Dave?
I'm really looking forward to this game. Having a good day. Two kind of interesting teams to see tonight. We've got the Bus Crew on one side and KRITZBERG for Defence on the other.
Yeah.
One team kind of... Well, I mean, they both played in the Premiership last season. But they're coming back with like slightly different rosters this time, aren't they?
You are 100% correct, and as fun as it is to talk about them, we have got somebody providing the pictures as well. I'm just going to give a little shout out to Beta in the back, pressing some buttons for a change instead of talking over them. So, the Bus Crew, the KRITZBERG for Defence, you are completely correct. Those two teams are I would say a shell of what they were before, but they're different. They could be better, they could be worse, but it's all up in the air right now. It's qualifiers. It's the first official setting for both of these teams playing, except the Bus Crew have played one of their qualifier matches already, and I know what you're thinking, Dave. How many qualifier matches have there been, or is there going to be? There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot, because there's a lot of teams playing this qualifier. 6, if I am correct. Yep. So, Dave, Bus Crew have already started off well. They've taken some points off of, the team escapes me now, Garda. There we go. So, and now they're playing up against KRITZBERG for Defence. These players are a lot more seasoned, I would say, than Garda, with the fact they've got Grabber, Bonkers, Paparazzi, Wanzu, or is it Wansha? Wanshu, yes. And also some other unknown quantities on there, but Bus Crew, they're full of unknown quantities themselves. There's this guy called Slash on there. I've seen Hempus around, but I've never really seen him in the Prem light. Is there anybody that's really a question mark for yourself personally?
Not really. I mean, to be honest, with the Bus Crew, you've got 2 players, Warped and Martin, returning from last season. You've got 2 players, Poison and Yon, who have been on the kind of roster before a few seasons back. But then it's the scouts, really, Hemp and Slash, who are the new gamers. I think they're both Premiership debutants, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I did watch their game from yesterday, the STV at least. And I mean, it was kind of like a bus journey in that they were kind of efficient, but not particularly exciting.
Well, surely that's all part of the plan. If you want to be on Bus Crew, you want it to be convincing. You want it to be boring, almost. It just goes to show how much you deserve that Prem spot. But so you're kind of hoping for more tonight, then, Dave, or do you think? Do you expect this will happen, though? Do you think in your fine analysis of these two teams, or is it actually going to be another boring bus journey for the Bus Crew?
Well, I want to hype this up as much as possible. So I will say I did also watch some scrims from KRITZBERG, and they were bringing all kinds of fire. All kinds of weird stuff was going on. So I think they'll be the ones that we're really looking to kind of mix up the plays.
Yeah, I'm not sure if many people will place KRITZBERG high, especially in the previous season. Not many people placed that team high in the last season, and they kind of did well to say it was like their first season back into it. And I think this team has potential in the sense that they've got big names and big sort of team leaders. Grabber, need I remind people, was the only team to really take, was it a map of 7 ages ago during the height of their dominance with just some random scrubs and players just kind of sprinkled into that Prem season. And I still remember that game to this day. So I'm going to base all of my convictions on this team just based on that one sort of legacy game from that medic. But we're going into our maps tonight. It is, of course, a best of 3. It is going to be one of those sort of group stage matchups, best of 3s, where they have to pick their own maps. So our maps tonight are going to be Snakewater, Sunshine, and Granary. Anything kind of jumping out at you about these map picks here, Dave?
Not really, other than I did obviously watch the game yesterday, and they did play Snakewater, and it was, like I said, quite a boring game, that one. The other map was actually much better. That was Metalworks. That was a bit more back and forth. But yeah, like I said, it's really going to be, I think, up to the polls to bring kind of the heat and a bit more of the aggression so far. I mean, traditionally, like the bus crew, I always remember when Alba was playing with them, they always wanted to kind of be seen as like this aggressive team that kind of played that anti-7 way. Like Alba always kind of wanted his team to be aggressive and push, but that's not what I was seeing yesterday. So maybe today they'll bring a little bit more.
The only sort of question mark I see tonight is the fact that Bonkers is missing. I think they've got Stan in instead, who's appropriately named Bonkers Stan. So if you close your eyes, squint a little, it's almost like he's never left. So I don't think that'll impact things too much. Stan has played with them in the previous season. I'm not sure whether or not he can dedicate to the new season, but he is here tonight. So that's a nice little addition, something to kind of keep the team dynamics roughly the same.
Yeah, last time I casted Stan, he hit a triple air pipe on a Ubered Scout. So that was really fun to watch. He's kind of an exciting player. He's got very, very strong DM on every class. The polls are actually an interesting one, I think, when you've got this kind of mono-national team. Because I think when you look at other mono-national teams, like if you put 6 Brits on a team, it becomes like a toxic mess. Even with like Frenchies, like most of the French teams, I mean, we've got Type 5 Rocket in Prem this season, but most of them have had like larger success when they've played kind of in their second language in mixed European teams. But for some reason with the Poles, it seems they actually like elevate their gameplay when they're just in these Polish teams. It's almost like kind of a strategy game. They have like a +1 adjacency bonus if they're playing with other Poles.
Yeah, maybe. I guess it really is highlighting the team in Team Fortress 2, and that's a good addition to look at when it comes to tonight. These are 2 teams, I feel. These are not ones where you see one powerhouse star on both of these squads dragging both of their teams up. It's really going to be about that cohesion and that effort, and they've got room to grow. Whilst you might not be impressed tonight, or you might feel like it's too slow of a bus journey, the bus could get quicker. This KRITZBERG could go actually offensive rather than defensive coming into the season. But before they even get that growth, they're going to have to just start off strong in this qualifier. Now, this isn't the end-all be-all of their games tonight, Dave. If they do lose either of these squads, it doesn't mean they're out of the running, because not only does the winner of the Group A get taken into Prem, it will be the runner-up as well. And they will all be playing against, is it Garda? Yeah, Garda. Bus Crew have already won their game, so if Bus Crew can win this game, they're most definitely going to get in.
Yeah, and like you say, with Ascent dropping, it obviously opened up another slot into Premiership. So I think it's the top 2, isn't it, now that go through?
Yeah,
so
both,
yeah, the Bus Crew in a kind of a strong position. You know, obviously if they win tonight, it's like guaranteed for them that they'll be back in Prem. If KRITZBERG win, it does become kind of a more kind of weird situation. We could end up, even potentially seeing a 3-way tie and like a tiebreaker, which would be funny.
Oh no, the admins, they hate those tiebreakers. They know how long those go. So we will actually be pulling out rounds if it comes down to it. Yeah. And for some strange apocalyptic reason that all the rounds are exactly the same, I'm sure the admins will pull out, I don't know, like height or something just to kind of break it even. Because we've got a lot of qualifiers as it is. The season doesn't have all day, doesn't have all the time in the world to get started. So we're just waiting on our final member. I think it is a random Polski we are awaiting for. Otherwise, we will get underway on our first map. That is going to be Snakewater. You're expecting, again, a nice slow bus ride if it's anything judged by the past. Or do you have a different scoreline for this map, Dave?
Honestly, with what I've seen of KRITZBERG, it looks like they're just going to push whenever they get the opportunity. So I think it'll be a bit quicker, maybe 4-2 to the Bus Crew.
Hot damn. Okay. I like to play this favourite game of mine where I take my analytical cluster and I put him as coach. He is coach of one of these teams. I'm fairly certain this is how DumTum got his coaching position on Faint Gaming at one point. So, Coach Dave, I'm going to assume that you're in the bus driver's seat, picking up your boys, and you're telling them where they're going and how they need to get there. What wise words would you even tell to them?
I think essentially just keep the medic alive as best they can. I mean, I saw a change up yesterday. Like the first couple of rounds, Martin was dying all the time, and then as soon as they kept Martin alive, it worked out much better. They just clumped around Martin. They kept him alive, had uber advantages to push, and they just did it slow and steady like a bus, and that was enough for them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna sneak a peek into the Polski locker room, and I would say to these Polish men that I think if they get the scout upper hand, I feel like the scouts are probably the weak point for this bus crew team. They are inexperienced, they are new to the camera as well, and there is a bit of stage fright that can happen in TF2, and this will be, I think, the first example for these two scouts. Maybe Hempus has been covered before in some Prem qualifier a time gone by, but it is a scary world out there for them, and I feel like that's where they're going to strike hard. And scouts do roll the roost here in Team Fortress 2. So I'm going to go for, again, another 4-2, but I'm going to give an Uno flip card, and I'm going to say that the Polskis are going to take this map.
Well, I mean, yeah, Hempus has been around. He's been around, I think, like high in Div 1 for as long as I remember, certainly as long as I've been playing the game. But yeah, Slash is very much kind of a newcomer. It'd be interesting to see what he does. He hasn't got as much experience as, I think, basically anyone in the server. So yeah, it'd be up to him to step up, really, I think.
All right, so, I mean, we're talking about Snakewater a little bit, but we can get a bit more nitty-gritty about it. What do you think these two teams are looking for when it comes to like these mids? Are you a big fan of those sort of double soldier bombs, or do you prefer like that sort of new wave of playing Snakewater where teams are kind of hanging back a bit, just waiting for the first team to go aggressive?
I'm quite a big fan of the double soldier bomb. Yeah, I think it just gives a lot of space. Like, it really, whoever gets their demo on point first without losing too many frags, I think tends to win these mids. And the soldier bombs, yeah, it provides like a ton of space for the demo man. Obviously, if they don't get the frags, you can then like attempt to repush. But I mean, if you go catwalk, it's a little bit easier to kite. But if you're rolling out from saw, you've really kind of got to be on the ball to not die to the soldiers.
So the demo man is a kind of good point to bring up in the sense that not only is it about the sort of new wave demo man, but there's also an old guy in here, Jon. Is he like, has his dog days, gone past him? Is he back in full form of his previous time, or is this man looking a bit rusty before we get into it?
Definitely yesterday he was on the ball. I mean, he was caught out a couple of times, but he was putting down a ton of frags. So it looks like we are going to start here.
You are right, so if you're just joining us, this is Team Fortress TV. I'm TurboTabs. I'm joined here with Dave Beta on the production, and we're starting off our bus journey with the bus crew versus KRITZBERG for defense. And let's see if they are truly defensive on our first mid of Snakewater, best of 3, coming into this Prem qualifier. And already, Bonkers, Paparazzi taken down. Warped will get a nice flankerino as well. The defense is looking a bit dire, to say they are naming themselves after their defending qualities. Oh, Grabber's even got caught behind as well by Poison. A long respawn timer for him. It couldn't get any worse here, Dave.
They absolutely shell-shocked them there. They were so aggressive. I think Martin was like the second furthest forward player. He was up to like the enemy train like before they were even out of sword.
Oh no. The engineer's gone down as well. They didn't even have time to set up a sentry gun. Very aggressive coming out from the bus crew here, running them over, and there seems to be no stop sign in distance. They've got the medic at full Uber advantage. They can pretty much pick and choose where they want to go from now, and they have popped off the Uber. They're going straight in. Oh my god, Grabber was there for all of 2 seconds, and now he has disappeared off the map. No medic intervention here. They're throwing all bodies onto the point to try and get some souls to defend it, but there's just way too much for them to deal with. Even the heavy weapons guy isn't going to be enough. It's a quick first round here, Dave.
That's a round you've just got to call a warm-up round. Unfortunately, it will count for the bus crew. But yeah, from the Poles' point of view, they had some kind of issue, and they had to require that pause. So they're going to have to look to kind of mentally reset now and see if they can come back.
Okay, it's okay, boys. Monitor flicked on ever. Mouse has reconnected to the PCs. It's like it never happened. They've got a long time in FPS land to get this round back, and they're going to give it another go. They're playing still a bit defensive, and they've already given quite a few ground to the bus crew, but it's looking much healthier. The line, the defense is much stronger. They're actually focusing on the medic, it seems, over on the bus crew, kind of realizing that Martin went down earlier. They need to get this medic down at all costs. It is not worth just grabbing the mid. They need his Uber out of the equation, and they can't seem to find him.
Yeah, Slash is stuck behind now. He had to get that health back. Looks like he might go for a hiding spot. He's just kind of running around, not exactly sure. I mean, Grabber was really, really weak at one point. But you saw they kind of adapted. They rolled out Catwalk, and they got onto Martin really early. He was again in a super, super aggressive position. We now see a little bit of a duel. Slash is quite weak. Oh, that's a really nice upward direct.
Alright, so this is a nice sort of turn of events, a morale breaker, I would say, for Bus Crew, where you were feeling pretty confident starting off things, and now it's turned on its head. The mid is not quite done and dusted for the rest of these rounds. They have to earn it, it seems. Can they convert as quickly, though? That is the question.
They are rolling in now. I mean, Martin's up to 90% already, so it's going to be tight. He's walking out now. If they're going to be able to Uber the Scout and the Heavy here, it's going to be... The defense is coming in. Lots of position now on the point. It's kind of all falling apart for the Poles. They are going to be able to scuttle out. Grabber, he has gone
massive
down.
Bomb. Massive bomb coming out from that lad. Not only did he get Grabber as he was just kind of weaseling out of there, he gets some bonus frags on top of it. Smoothie's the only one kind of left alive, and he decides to wisely back out and just decide that that second point was earned by the Bus Crew there.
For sure. I mean, they've got that 30% Uber advantage now. It's kind of this awkward situation where both teams now have to build up the Uber, and they're going to have to walk into this full defense on mid now. The stickies are going to be up, the soldier's going to be in position to spam. We actually see a sniper from Paparazzi. So he's at the moment, he's looking down into this kind of main area. So, I mean, if they move through there, it's going to be difficult. They're probably not aware of the sniper yet. Until you hear that first shot, the sniper is a lot more powerful. Because, you really have to be aware of kind of the audio, because that first shot gives you a lot more information.
Well, they should know that they have a bit of an advantage when it came to their Uber, but they decided to just play it safe, hold on second instead of going in, and they might come back to bite him here. They still have this sniper over on the Paparazzi, so it's going to be a bit hard to push it. Oh, forgive me, how dare I question the cameraman, as he will get that Paparazzi snipe and open up this thing. They do lose a lot of players though. This choke where they're being minced. The meat grinder is crushing them. Where's that Uber charge grabber? He's already out. He's getting out of there with his boy Stan. He's being chased by a scout, and I mean, sure, they save the Uber, but they lose the mid and lose the team.
It's like they forgot stickies existed. You can't just put a load of stickies under them and detonate and they all die. It's kind of crazy. I mean, they have to now just run to the hills. They have got all their 6 players on second, but the mid has gone back in Bus Crew, and they're looking to get quite aggressive here.
Yep, Jon showing can he do his stickies justice on the attack as well as on the defense, and he's thrown in warp to see what he can get done on these even Uber exchanges, but no dice, no pop, no nothing, as they're just going to have to play it cool now over on the Bus Crew. They're pushing in though, catwalk jump from Stan, and oh my, he actually gets laser beamed and shot down by some explosives to boot, and they can make a decent go out of this. They're pushing in from a grass area. It looks like a slow push is on the cards. Poison is a little bit tagged, but he's still to the world of the living. They're being surrounded here over on KRITZBERG to defense, and they're losing some players as well. Slash is in. He's bought some room for his team, and they're pressuring so well over on the Bus Crew here, milking this Uber for all it's got. A bonus smoothie kill as well. They're trying to juggle the medic out. They won't keep him in. Nice pipe coming out from Chacha. That was some very nice sort of equalizing constellation prize over on this second point.
Yeah, I mean, they were really uncertain there. You saw the Uber come out when there were so many players down. The scout went really deep going for the ball. Couldn't get it. Grabber didn't follow him. Now they're running in with this Uber. Uber's coming in deep. The sniper to worry about. He's swapped off now. They're not across the point yet, and Poison's already gone down. The counter bomb is coming. He gets cleaned up. Nice pipe by Jon there. Slash also goes down. I think we're going to be in for a reset with a bit of an Uber out here for the Poles.
Yep. Oh, Jon is actually being focused just a little bit. God, these soldiers are overextended just a tad. It seems they really want these kills, hunt them down,
Oh
and
no,
they're
Chacha's
pushing
weak.
out. Yeah, they're pushing down 1 HP warrior. Cha will go down, and with all those players down for the count, who's going to defend last? It's just poor little Paparazzi. He's building whilst he's defending, and they are counting 100% on this Uber. They have it now. They've popped it off. It will set this defense. In the meantime, they will back out over on Bus Crew. They haven't used any sort of Uber. If anything, they were building an Uber during that entire push. Very nicely played.
Yeah, they just wanted to get in, get that force with the picks, and get out. They played it really, really smart there. I mean, it's really weird from KRITZBERG that they committed so kind of deep with just that kind of one pick that they had. I mean, pushing out is difficult. They didn't even wait for the Uber, and now we see the bus crew come in.
Yeah, they've used the Uber charge. They're focusing down the Fat Man down as they're trying to spam out the doors, keep these doors on lockdown. Everybody's kind of turning their ties. They're blocking the points with the soldier and the scouts. They can't really seem to connect with their remaining sort of magazines on their guns, and they're just sacking the point for Bus Crew, hoping that there's enough players and enough people to just kind of push it over the edge. The nice little crossbow coming out from Grabber just to keep this demo man alive. He's punching the medic to death. Wanzu will come in and spoil that 1v1, but it is a victory in the eyes of KRITZBERG.
Yeah, also good movement there from Grabber. He went so weak on the point. He also had to avoid like Martin just trying to snipe him with the arrows, and he did not only good movement, you know, on the point to dodge the scout, but also to dodge the arrows. He stays alive now. He has 100%, and they're pushing into mid.
Wanshu, he will kind of make a little space for his team, actually gets a kill as well, and Jon is doing some nice sort of exit damage as he's backing out. The team is expecting to lose this point though. They know they've got this Uber charge and they don't want to fight it, but KRITZBERG for defense, more like KRITZBERG for attack, they're going in. They're already on second point. They're nicely positioned on Bus Crew to not take the blunt of this Uber though. Keep backing out. You can have the heavens, you can have the earth, just stop chasing us, and they will continue the chase. 40% still left on Martin to get caught up here. They're already setting up the defenses for last. Engineer up, Sticky's up. They're Ubered in. They're looking for Martin. They can't quite land the pipes on him, so an Uber charge is expected here for Bus Crew to equalise. They're trying to play the point instead, but there's just too many bodies on Bus Crew defending it. They're over-committing here. They want to just get any sort of exit kill. The Uber charge is still live for Bus Crew, and they want to make the counter-attack, Dave.
The most coming, he can't get Martin. Martin's in fact the furthest forward player for his team. He has the full 100%. Grabber did get out of there, but he didn't have anyone to heal, so Uber's very much in the Bus Crew's favour. I mean, that was really good play there from KRITZBERG. They just had a slight ad, and they pushed it from second all the way to last. But again, we see a beef last push, and now the Bus Crew can come back with their advantage.
Yeah, 4, or I would say even 2 pipes was the difference there, with that working marvellously or not working at all, and it's a bit cruel for Cha. They will open with a nice sort of snipe in the sticky trap. They're testing Martin here on his balls. He will finally pop off his Uber and start going aggressive. They pick up the sniper kill, but is that really enough? They've actually got Uber charge and Grabber now, and they're maybe posturing to keep pushing here. They have lost a few souls, but are they going in? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think even KRITZBERG know if they're going in or not now. They will breathe a sigh of relief and hold back and be defensive.
Looks like they're waiting for their 6th game with the spawn. I mean, they have a large advantage, so they can wait for that game. Cha definitely wanted to like super commit and try and block, but probably Grabber is the one who's making the better call of it. Now they come in. Soldier goes down early. Smoothie trying to get some position on top. I mean, there's going to be a Soldier MGE in Kitchen, which Poison wins.
Oh, okay.
They haven't used though.
Yeah, it's balanced out actually quite nicely, finding these other picks. It looked a bit pear-shaped for a second there. They've gone in. They've actually popped first on Bus Crew. This is a bit unprecedented to see. And they know that they popped first. They're backing out, and Warped is left alone. He wants to distract a few eyes, maybe even get a pick to push his luck. Jon just enters back in like, oh, hey guys, do you think you can quickly heal me? I came back to the team, and they've actually managed to keep themselves alive long enough to hold on to the second point somehow, some way, Dave.
Smooth moves from Jon. He was stuck in a corner. Sticky jumps out, gets an arrow from his medic. I mean, now they've got the demo alive. Grabber's gone down as well, so they are going to be able to push in here, I think. No one really even contests in the mid here for the pull. just a little bit of long-range kind of peppering from Smoothie, but the mid's very much in Buscrew's favour. They've got a large advantage now. Really, the pole is back. I mean, they've got a sticky trap to worry about above this sword point. If they clear that.
Oh no, I don't think they were aware of it. I don't think they've cleared it. And oh wait, they do see it. They do see it. So they will actually stop that sort of heartbreaker there. They've got the Ubercharge ready to go in, but the flank's already in. The flank has created the space that are needed to actually just start capping a second point. And they see the medic, but they don't want to Uber in quite yet. They want to actually push in on this left-hand side, pressure the sniper down. He's so low already. Not really the play if you wanted to keep your sniper, and he will go down. Once you will be one less player for KRITZBERG to make this valiant defense. They do have an Uber charge there. They've delayed enough time, and there's enough spam coming out from Chacha. They've lost a few more players though from the opposing spam of Yon and company. They've got that scout pressure on point. He's been equalized.
Was that a drop to a sentry gun?
Okay, you gotta have to give me some credit there, Twitch chat. I'm not gonna expect the medic to drop to a sentry gun. What the hell is going off in this game, dude?
That was crazy. They got all the picks they required. I mean, they pushed across point. I mean, I didn't even see an engineer, so I wasn't... The sentry gun seemed to take them by surprise as much as it did me, and Martin just drops to it. It's
Do you
really
think...
funny.
Don't you hate it when you're a medic and you're like, oh, the sniper's gone down, thank God, and you can like hover your pinky finger away from that mouse too, and it seems he needed to hover over it just that little bit longer. Paparazzi goes down. Cha-Cha still wants to go in though, spamming out the pipes, laying down some good foundation damage. He's got some big dam on this Cha-Cha bloke. He will go down. Young gets killed by Grabber, believe it or not, and they will win the midpoint. Martin has got an Uber charge bubbling away, but the advantage will not be pressed.
Yeah, I mean, Demis traded, so they could perhaps have gone for a repush, but position is really there for the Poles. They're now walking in. I mean, I guess off the fact there's no demo, they don't have to worry about those stickies.
Wants you.
He wants a little bit skirmishing right now.
He wants to jump in. They're kind of like nursing him in, trying to press a soldier in there to see if they can pressure these scouts and sneak a soldier in, but they're looking pretty pressured themselves. I think they have to just back out here and just go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, Yon comes in with his big boy stickies and he scatters them to the wind. They've gone back. It's now going to be a little bit of a stalemate. Maybe we'll see a bit of a sack. Maybe, sack them off class.
Potentially, but 15 minutes left on the clock here. It's still 1-0. It makes you kind of feel for KRITZBERG for defense because they're putting up a good fight now. It seems if they just... That first round might come back to bite them throughout all of this long slog of a second.
Yeah, they are actually. I mean, Wanzu is so weak, there's not really enough health on the soldiers to go for a proper sack. Neither team seems to want to press the issue. Obviously, it's on the poles being one down. It's kind of interesting. I mean, we saw. I don't know exactly what happened in that first round. We had that super quick first round.
Oh,
soldier comes in now.
He's in. He's been piped. Nice little pipe. Martin, a little bit of a shout out as well, holding on to that Uber charge, trusting in his team and trusting that he will dodge that additional damage as well. But they can keep doing this. In theory, they're going to have one shoot back to the world of the living. Bonkers Stan gets a slash kill, and that's another license for another soldier push here. Maybe even an entire push if they're feeling frisky. They've got a sniper respawned up, so it kind of dampens this push actually for that pick.
Yeah, it looks like they're waiting on one shoot to go for a couple of sniper. They have dropped out window here, so this is quite an aggressive play given that they have a sniper. They've got Slash is up now, so it is going to be 6v6 with the sniper, a little bit less DM on them. Soldier comes in really deep there, that was one shoot.
Oh no.
Oh, but Yon goes down. Really long range stickies there. I mean,
Poison, he's coming in, he's sneaking from behind, and he goes down. Though that's a sad state of affairs. Ubers have actually been exchanged on this second point. I think all this pressure was just to kind of open up options for the sniper, and somehow it didn't work that way, but it's worked out enough to make a push onto second. Okay, they want to go back in KRITZBERG for defense. They don't know what an S key looks like. They're still holding that W, seeing that if they can go for the win, and Warps is back in the fight, and he's back out of the fight. He will go down. They've lost their Terror Man though over on KRITZBERG defense. The soldier coming in from behind, laying some big damage for his scout Brethren to kind of clean up here. Slash, this is a proving ground for the boy. Oh, he goes down. Martin has been left pissing in the wind, and the wind hurts.
Absolute Chaos DM Fest. I mean, to repush with 2 players with space, they've got so much cap on, they might even just be able to cap a blast. Warp's there, his bomb just about gets on the point to block it, but they do cap it out. Wenshu cleans up with those rockets and just about enough caps on. There were 3 spawners ready to kill him, but he does sneak it. It's 1-1.
Put that magazine away. This is a bus journey you'd want to be fully aware of, fully soaked in. This is no casual bus ride. This is a fucking hell bender, highway to hell, and anybody's driving. Let's see who takes the reins of this bus as we are going into our 3rd middle. Jon, he's angry, he's pissed, he's already laying down the starting foundations of this mid fight, and they're playing very defensive on this Snake Water mid. It worked last time, can it work again? They're already pressuring Cha keeping himself alive in the meantime though, and a bit of trading, trading card games for both of these teams. It's looking just a little bit better for Bus Crew as the trades have just gone a bit stronger for them. They've got 1 more player alive with a gun, so they will win out that midpoint.
Yeah, Wenshu did get a nice rocket there onto Jon, but it wasn't quite enough. The scouts cleaned up, I think mainly Hempus. They do get out with their medics, so it's going to be another mid-second stalemate, it looks like. Though they are moving, like, before these spawners are in position.
Oh, it's Smoothie's turn to snipe as well now. How many snipers has this team got? Well, let's see if he is smooth with his sniping like he's smooth with his scout. He can't really find anybody. This is the bane of just seems to be playing the second point for both of these snipers on both of these teams. They can't really make stuff happen on this point. And it's going to be even harder going into mid.
I think Smoothie is more kind of known sniper main. But now with stand down, I mean, the Warps is up now. They're only 5 up and they have a sniper, so there's an opportunity now for the bus crew to push if they want it. Warped is up, he is going to get a buff, but they are a little bit slow again moving. Don't want to overcommit to anything.
Yeah, they throw in a soldier, and he's actually, I don't know which target he's going for. I don't think even Poison knows which target he's going for. It seems that he's going for the ground, as he will go down and grab a little bit low, but not really a danger zone. Looks intimidating on the spec cam, but I feel like he was fine.
I don't know where the damage came from, whether the first he ate a really long direct or something, but suddenly he was like 5 health. I mean, the soldier was cleaned up in time, so there was no real threat of a second rocket.
Smoothie. Scanning. Looking for any sort of blue colour. Can't seem to find anything. This is why it's so hard to snipe, man, on this Snake Water map. Look at it. How can you find it? Everybody's just airbombing and shooting from a place that he can't fire at. This is just unfair.
I think he's just stuck on sniper now. They know he's a sniper. There's not really going to be any good sight angles like offered to him, particularly, you know, sniping second to mid. The sight lines are not great unless you get space in lower. But, you know, he's stuck on it. He doesn't want to go all the way back to spawn.
He had his pick of players for half a second there, but everyone's just so buffed up. Even if he gets in a position, he's going to have to do that long sort of shimmy across. Oh, he sees Martin for half a second, gets a bullet onto him, but not his head, I'm afraid. So he will still be alive. He still will keep kicking. It's allowed the rest of KRITZBERG to create some pressure elsewhere in that sawmill. And Martin, he's pretty low. He actually has to pop off Uber and use the majority of it to back out. Bonkers company, they're still fighting on this flank way. They will get the kill onto him. That's not Bonkers, that's Stan TurboTabs. I keep forgetting it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bonkers isn't here today. I think Stan is fake mechanism. So, you know, fair enough. I mean, it was really just Cha found a couple of frags there, I think in Saw. Like, with no Jon to defend, it's really easy for them to move in. But they're still, I mean, it's even Ubers again, and they're still stuck on this sniper. It is a little bit easier to snipe when you have the midpoint there, so he's prodding himself from window. He does go down though. Jon had the stickies there waiting for him.
Read like a book, and Jon has read this chapter way too many times before. They're still going to play it quite cool and calm though. I can't imagine they have any plan over on Bus Crew to pressure from the second point. They may throw a soldier in there, but even that doesn't look like it's on the cards tonight.
I mean, I don't know if Jon is cheating or something, but Wenshu has just spawned Spy. Jon is made the Spy call voice line instantly. I don't know how he managed that. Maybe he has some kind of program that we don't know about.
I don't know. Maybe, you know, it's the call every single time, you know. But he has gone in. He is invisible, so I'd be mighty impressive if Bus Crew did find him during all of this. But he's going to need more of a distraction here. It's going to be hard to get this pick onto Martin. He's checking his back every now and then. He's going to need some spam or maybe some concentrated effort from KRITZBERG to make the space for Wonshu to make this play happen. He's uncloaking. They're unaware. He gets the backstab onto Martin. Oh, he did not check his back twice, it seems. And he will go down to Slash, but that is a picture-perfect spy play if I've ever seen one, Dave.
That was beautiful. I mean, Martin, when you get to this kind of time, 23 minutes into the game, soldiers do come in now. They clean up the demo man. Cha-Cha is going down. Grabber is just about alive, but Poison's going deep on.
Oh,
he finds it. That's a drop.
A drop coming out from Poison. Gotcha. As Grabber will go down, and they will win the second point just by the fact that they have to overextend so much and take so much damage for that pick over onto Grabber. They're actually going into last. Okay, big ballsy play. They do have a medic. Martin goes down though, defending that last point. Warped is shooting the ground, and the soldier clash, it's beautiful.
You can see KRITZBERG, they just want to push every single opportunity they get. Every time they see the bus crew backing out a little bit, the soldiers are deep in and the bus crew are not ready for them. Didn't quite work there, but they do have a lot of cap time if they're thinking about maybe a spy again. In fact, what is this we're seeing? Double spy.
Oh no, Sideshow, what have you done? What have you done to my beautiful game of Team Fortress 2 as we're going for the double spy play? They have got a lot of cap time on there, but look at it, it's peppered with stickies. They've got three people right on top of the roof of the point. Paparazzis realising, oh no, the regret, he's bumped into somebody, have they noticed? Oh, he's going to go down. He tries to cap the point, but this is all part of the plan, Dave. They're like, aha, they weren't expecting this spy coming on. They actually sap the sentry gun instead, and will pressure the, kind of play the point. He gets the backstab onto Martin. Anyway, another stab onto the demo man as well. There's one scout left. They actually get the kill with the crossbow Grabber. He gets another round for his boys. Oh, what a series of events. Unfortunate events for the bus crew. Fortunate events for KRITZBERG for defense.
I mean, I told you they were going to bring the fire, but the double spy play, the one just stacking as a fake out, I mean, they built the Uber really, really well. They only had a slight advantage, but there's a much bigger advantage by the time it came in. They used it on the dot. They come in with the Uber and just about clean up. They were not expecting the double spy play, that's for sure.
You've heard of 4-head, you've heard of 5-head, that was a 6-head gameplay as they're going in, pushing across the point. Every single round that they lose, it seems bus crew gets angrier and angrier, going aggressive. One rocket seals the fate for those two aggressive players of KRITZBERG. They didn't manage to keep Grabber alive, but Martin was also alive during all of that, so it's only a constellation prize for this KRITZBERG for defense, and they are already giving up second point. They're not going to repeat any sort of mistakes or overextensions here. They've got their trusty sniper as per usual. It's Paparazzi's turn this time. Let's see who will win out on these sniper stats, as they're still looking for that sort of big sniper impact gameplay here, as it's all been spy flavoured so far.
Yeah, you only have the kind of one pick on the sniper, and they're kind of just chilling right now. I mean, it's really on the bus crew to kind of make something happen. They don't have any off classes yet, so they're just kind of posturing in lobby, taking a little bit of spam. But down to below 5 minutes now. They're 2-1 down. They've got to find something.
What a turn of events. They were in the driver's seat for a long time. I swear, I'm not making all these bus puns on purpose, but yeah, they were in the driver's seat for a long time. They're spamming out the sentry gun, that is something, but to be a round down, to have it kind of the heartbreakers of a series of events set up like this, they have to make this push work, and they're going to start off very strong, taking out the demo man before an Uber is even kicked off here over on this last point. Everybody's in. The Uber has still not been popped. Oh no! Maybe there was a good reason why you want to pop that Uber, Martin, as he goes down again. Another drop for the logs.tf as they can make the counter-attack now over on Grabber and company. Already pushing out second. Can't really see a single soul on there. They look like they're trying to play the back cap here. I say the back cap. It is actually a back cap overall. Poison. He's only ×1 warrior. It's all ×1 is all they need. One man, one round, as they will get another equalizing round on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was a spawner. It was Slash they were worried about. Slash was going for the play under. I mean, a couple of players were distracted from that, and he just comes in, goes through lobby, and just jumps on the point, and no one's there to stop him.
Cha-Cha, try and control the reins of these mids. These mids have been kind of crushing KRITZBERG so far, and they need to see something big. Warped is going for the wraparound play, the long sort of play. If you're playing super defensive, the more potential this wraparound play has, and it doesn't look like they even need it. Oh my god. Whoopsie doodle, my alarm. Yeah, it seems like their time is over over on KRITZBERG, according to my alarm.
Yeah, definitely time over for that mid. I mean, as you say, Warps went for the big play, and it paid off because they dominated the mid. Grabber would have got out had Warp not gone for it, but no, he cuts him off, and now they're going to have 100%.
Alright, so they're already laying down the Sekis for the second point, keeping it just nice and steady. They've got a 100% Uber charge. They could practically conga all the way to last point and still have this Uber ready for the last push, Dave. And where are they going to push on? Under? Right?
They're just peeking under. They're probably going to go under to shutter, looks like. I mean, the demo's really, really deep here. He gets caught out, could be bad, but he has backed up now. It doesn't mean he's not going to have all the Siki he wants on point. He's only setting them up now. The Uber comes in from shutter.
That was a snipe. That's midair. Okay, I can see why they want to run that sniper class now, and they are over Sentry Gun doing a good job of covering Cha-Cha as it will get cleaned up, and that's 3 players down. They could make a push out here for KRITZBERG, and they're going to do just that.
They have to go be worried about the back cap that happened last time. It does have a Sentry Gun on last. It doesn't currently watch the point. But, I mean, the Sentry Gun is something big to do with. I mean, there are no spawners even for the bus crew to make anything happen. They're just going to kind of sit up on the mid. I mean, the Poles now, they're moving towards Kitchen. Smoothie's through already, but he doesn't really have the support of his team yet. There are gamers behind in Sword. They are going to just about get cleaned up. A couple of frags traded both ways. But they are cleanly into the mid, and they haven't had to use yet. Martin's just about coming up onto 80%. And there are a lot of gamers down on both sides.
Alright, yeah, okay, yeah, we are playing Snake Water. I thought we were playing Vido for a second there. It looked like a suicide wave. Everybody was kind of being thrown in there who were on the bus crew. And, I mean, it looks like the Dark Timeline, they've given up mid, and they haven't really got anything to show for it. Sure, a couple of frags here and there, but things are going to get reset back. Oh no, Yarn, the darkest timeline of them all. He goes down caught in his sort of little gimmick trap play, and Uber has happened on second point. It's a fat single Uber. Martin is being chased. Thirsty is Cha-Cha, but he will not be quenched as they will lose out their demo man, but gain a second point for his worries.
They've got a scout in the second point, but they are going in immediately. Double soldier bomb coming in. Haven't gone too deep.
Oh no. They've only got so many people on the point. They have to actually block it with Martin. Everybody is jumping on the point now over on bus crew, and the meat grinder actually works in their favour for a change. Cha-Cha, he's going in. What's 90 health to a... Oh, it's a stalemate. Okay, it makes a lot more sense now. I was caught in such a suspense I did not pay attention to the time.
Yeah, me as well. I was like, why is this demo going for a crazy bomb? But yeah, with the last seconds, it makes sense. I mean, 2-2 stalemate, we're going to go to a golden cap. I mean, with the golden cap, I think it's just a case of who wins the map, really. No kind of point yep. Messing around or anything.
You are correct, Dave. Yep, if they win the map, they will win the map. I wholeheartedly agree to those rule sets. But the only sort of outlier in the sort of golden cap is not only if whoever wins, but if you have the midpoint captured after, is it 10 minutes, 15 minutes? It all eludes me now. It blurs in the ETF2L rulebook. But whoever controls mid controls the round as well. So
I believe it's actually changed. I think it's now, after 15 minutes, you go into like a golden mid fight again.
A golden mid fight?
Yeah. I did check the rules. I mean, the players are not certain because they do seem to change every kind of couple of seasons. But yeah, I think after 15 minutes, they do another mid-fight, and whoever wins that mid-fight ends up winning the map.
Sweet Jesus, this is too much gold for me to handle. And all right, well, let's hope it doesn't come across to this point. It's just one Hail Mary sort of opportunity for both of these teams, and this is looking golden for whoever didn't pick this map. As I'm going to take a healthy guess that it was Bus Crew that picked this map. I believe. So you can call me liar, Twitch chat, but I think they picked this map. So they really want to win this out. This is the map that you're feeling pretty golden on. Pardon my pun, but you should be feeling good about the victory on this map, assured almost. And they have to sweat for it. This is not good going into the best of 3.
I mean, I've just seen Poison hit a meaty air shot in this kind of DM fest.
Oh, that
He's
doesn't
obviously
count.
feeling good.
Oh,
It doesn't count on the logs.
I know.
But
If you can't send that to Beta in a frag clip, you can't count it, my friend. I'm gonna disallow that.
I'm sure you can sneak it into a frag video somewhere.
Oh no! How dare you? Okay, well, no, get those logs off the screen. Get them off there, Beta. We're going straight into it. We're going into our golden cap. Let's pray there isn't a golden mid-fight as we're going in. Jon has got a fast rollout set up for himself and a nice sort of healthy time to get there. Set up easy peasy for the lad. And KRITZBERG, they assume the position. Defense is their game. It is their name. They're already poised for these soldiers to go aggressive into their sort of Sora and bonkers stand coming in from behind, followed up by Cha-Cha. This is a strong showing. It's time to get Grabber, and Grabber cannot be grabbed. He will keep himself alive. Martin is down during that as well. It's all going awfully wrong here for the bus crew here, Dave. Oh my god.
Brilliant kind of mid-fight there from the Pulse. I mean, what we saw there was Stan coming in really deep, followed up brilliantly by Cha-Cha. They're already in last. I mean, are they going to wait for this scout?
You're gonna have to just take our word for it, Twitch chat. It was nice. It was okay to look at, but it sounded even better. All right, we're going in with an Uber. We're coming into the real money shot. They actually take out Poison on this flank already. It's a level 1 measly sentry going to take out. The pressure of the point, peppering it with a scout. Cha-Cha's got the left-hand door on lockdown. It's the rest of his team and to kind of pick up the pieces and deal with it here. The pressure in the point. The stickies are on point as well. Hempus, the heavy we trust. They're throwing a couple of bodies at the Fat Man, and the Fat Man is holding. He has gone down, but there's still so many more players. Cha-Cha, some nice little pipes. They have a quick head count over on KRITZBERG, and this kitchen is too hot. They're getting out of there. They're going to second point. They don't want to lose this kind of iron grip on this round.
They got enough players out there, KRITZBERG, that they should be able to hold the second point. Busco have got some good position in here. This is a nice position to potentially bomb from. Kind of just back a little bit. Soldiers do come in now, only fake bombs. That's a position. The Uber comes out though from Martin. It's going to be a trade. Much better Uber here. It's going to be for the Poles. Whether they can chase or not, I don't know. Hempus is really low. He does get cleaned up by Bafarat.
It's Stan's turn to snipe as well. Now they have actually backed out over on the bus crew, and what a hole coming out. But oh my god, the scouts are in. The Poison's like, what the hell is this W gameplay? They're still pressing forward. The Heavy's being pressured. He will eventually go down that scout, and the meat grinders being shown why a lot of teams will not push in to a full defensive team like that. It is very risky. Grabber is on 8 HP. Oh no, and the longer he lives, the longer he is dead.
Yeah, really late spawn that's going to be now for Grabber. Martin's already up to 70%. I think it's going to be about 80% by the time he spawns. I mean, it looked like they, KRITZBERG, it's almost kind of their downfall that they want to push every time they get the opportunity. Wasn't quite there for them. Stan was stuck on the sniper. He did get a headshot onto Jon, but it just wasn't really enough for them.
Poison's like, boys, are you going to come in at any point during this entire push? And now they're pushing. Those stickies were very zoning, and Cha-Cha laying out some spam. Can't really find anybody, and they're slowly losing this midpoint. It will go the way of the bus crew, and they hold that Uber intact. They even get a bonus smoothie kill on Sniper. So with this, they could potentially get second for free.
He was committed really deep there on the Sniper, kind of idle. They still have this advantage. They're trying to move through Saw.
Nice damage from Warp.
Do lock them out here. Warp really, as you say, really nice damage from him. It locks them completely out. They are just about going to sneak up to that Uber for last, though, I think.
Well, he's actually holding lower, Cha-Cha, but they've picked a different door. They're on top of Grabber, and actually, he was just the bait. They get Poison nice and controlled by these scouts. It was a tall order for Poison to ask, but with both of the Ubers, 100% for both of these teams, there's no harm in trying.
He's coming up on the spies, not only checking for the classes, he is going for a big play here. out onto second, sneaking around in the lower area. Currently doesn't see any gamers. Martin is hiding behind this little crate as if there's a sniper. It's actually a spy he's got to worry about.
You can see the pellets already being shot by a very paranoid bus crew already. They have been stung by this spy too many times before, and they won't have it happen. Oh no! That's a demo man pick. Oh no. And Wonshu, he's stuck on spy. They stopped checking now though. Was this the play? I can't believe this worked again. They got the backstab onto Martin, so they're going in Hail Mary now, right for the last point. 4 times on point. They've moved on to the point to block it out, but they can't really chase because they need to make sure this Uber is keeping the point blocked. They've rotated out the rest of the bus crew, and they will hold their second point to say the least. And Slash, creative hiding spot. They thought they checked it with a sticky. They did not. Paparazzi's U-turn from Slash. He's like, I'm not going for that. That ain't working. Flanking from behind. They're collapsing here over on KRITZBERG for defense. They somehow will weasel this second point out of them. Will delay things. Wonshu, some nice little rockets will get traded out by Warped. And yeah, they've only got poor little Paparazzi defending that last point. Oh, sorry, excuse me, Paparazzi in his Sentry Gun.
Yeah, they've got that level 1 Sentry Gun up. I mean, Poison came in...
medics, though. It's dropped medics. Give it some respect.
Yeah, that's true. That did happen earlier. I mean, Martin's probably scared for his life just seeing a Sentry Gun right now. But yeah, Poison made a good play, though. He came in behind, picks up Grabber. They did get the cap down, but they lost the fight. And now we're going to see big advantage for Martin.
Alright, so... I mean, I don't know. I've seen them get like a monumentous start on these pushes, and then like a spy will come in. There's no spy shenanigans this time, and they're trying to focus down this Sentry Gun. It will eventually go down, but they haven't really done much with the rest of the U-Bar. Stan had a lot of belief in that sort of meme spoon there. I think it could crit somebody through an Uber. Grabber's trying to get in charge, and there we go, around on the board for the bus crew. So that does mean that they will take away this State Water map. A nice... maybe not healthy start to the best of 3, but a good start nonetheless.
Yeah, very strong start here from the bus crew. I mean, that last push was kind of weird. Like, they just kind of scattered everywhere, and it just forced the poles into like a weird position. But, I mean, based on that map, we're kind of seeing that it's like the bus crew, very solid. They do everything kind of properly, everything correctly. Not pulling up trees. But really, KRITZBERG, we see kind of exciting, kind of crazy players coming out of. A lot of aggression from them as well.
Yeah. I the only way I could explain it is it was one of those sort of magic 8-ball moments where they don't console whether like, do we have enough players? Do we have enough health? What are our advantages, disadvantages? They're like, magic 8-ball, are we pushing in? Ask again. Okay, no, let's try again. Yes. Okay, we're going in, boys. And eventually they'll just push in at some random-ass time. And it caught me off guard, and it certainly caught the bus crew off guard. But there's sometimes we got a hard lesson, especially KRITZBERG, on why you don't want to push into those meat grinders. So it was kind of 50-50.
Yeah. We will now be moving on to the second map, which is Sunshine.
Whoa, slow down there, Dave. Before we get any sort of Sunshine talking about, we need to go over the logs. The ones that Beta brought up for half a second, and then we whisked them away during the Golden Cap. I'm not sure if we brought up the Golden Cap logs or the regular logs, but I'm going to look at the regular logs, because Golden Cap, it's a bit hard to kind of pull out a game from that. But all I see is this Cha-Cha guy. Who's Yon? Who? I don't know who that guy is, but this Cha-Cha bloke, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, fat damage from him for sure. I mean,
frags impactful damage as well.
Yeah, I mean, frags are like kind of even. We see Hempus with most frags. I mean, everyone's sort of done alright. Like, you can't really point to any kind of play other than maybe a little bit from Slash and a little bit from Stan that need to step up a bit. I mean, Stan's damage particularly, like, just 158. Not quite what you want from one of your soldier gamers.
It's cruel. I feel like I should give Stan a bit of a pass, because that guy is a multi-talented gamer. He switches classes like days of the week. So, especially when he's ringing for his team, I can't help but feel that they're really missing Bonkers during that game, because I feel like having that sort of Prem knowledge, that sort of experience, his gameplay that is not to be kind of snuffed, would have been the tide turner, I think, for this very, very close game of Snakewater.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we see Stan, he seems to be this kind of super sub for the team. He can kind of come in, play any class, but as you say, like, Bonkers is perhaps, a bit more comfortable and more used to playing with him on that soldier role. It's difficult, coming in at this sort of level and having to play different classes. I think he played Demo a lot last season. He's played Scout in some of their kind of scrims recently. So Soldier was, I think, his initial main, and he's very, very strong on that class, but he does need to step up on his second map.
All right, everybody, shield your eyes, get your sunglasses out, because we're heading over to Sunshine. It will be our second map, and it should be the, if I'm using my guesstimations right, that this is the KRITZBERG for Defense's map pick. Well, I completely off base, and they're in real trouble if it's the other way around. But either way, one team is smiling hard coming into this, as that first map, very, very hard fought game for the bus crew. So, Sunshine, what can you say about this map? What do you want to even talk about, Dave, going into this? Will it matter, this map change between these two teams, or are we expecting more of the same?
I think, again, it's kind of a fairly similar map to Snakewater. I mean, there's a little bit more kind of options in terms of sack players of that kind of regard. I also think the mid fights is much better for soldiers. They can get a lot of kind of height with their bombs. The double bombs are very, very viable in this map. So maybe it's really up to the soldiers, maybe one shoot, or maybe kind of Warped and Poison. We see they do have good synergy, so perhaps it's those two we'll be looking to kind of open up these mids.
We're seeing both of these teams kind of taking mids from each other, maybe a bit more bus crew centric and towards the end of that game there. But how pivotal do you think these mid fights are to winning the rounds for both of these teams? Is it whoever wins mid wins the game?
Not necessarily, but obviously if you're winning mid and also you're cleaning up the medic, that's often the crucial thing. Like, if you win mid and the medic lives, it's not as pivotal.
Okay, boys, it's Team Fortress TV still. It's still TurboTabs and Dave. It's still Beta. It's still Bus Crew versus KRITZBERG for Defense. It's Sunshine, though. That is the difference maker, and it is the game changer. They're already throwing Warped in. Warp takes out Grabber. That's the heals gone. Martin is now on the kill list for KRITZBERG for Defense. And have you ever been wiped so hard on mid that you lose a player in the server, Dave?
How did that happen? Chacha just comes in, Martin was idle or something. I don't know what exactly was going on, but Martin was just stuck in a corner. Chacha comes in and just annihilates him.
He's got the dance moves. Maybe that's why he's called Chacha. He knows the good step to finish off a travesty, but it wasn't a strong mid. Even with the Martin pick, it was a kind of a car crash, and we've seen them pick themselves up before. That first round in the Snakewater map, car crash as well. But they need to adjust quickly.
Yeah, they gotta do the same. I mean, we said like the soldiers would be big on mid, and that bomb, just instant nuke the medic. Just see them posture a little bit. That's just really, really aggressive, looking to just come in dry.
Well, they're doing well. I mean, to say, yeah, they're doing extremely well. To say they're the ones that's pushing in. Usually, defense is very strongly favoured here in Team Fortress 2, but they're proving themselves the kind of game outlier here over on KRITZBERG with defense, and they're still pushing Stan around in this sort of lobby area, making them nervous, as they don't want to overstay the welcome, overextend, and they will consolidate all of their boys and all their pieces back to last.
I mean, they've just about taken their hand off the W key now, but we do see them going for some kind of sack on last. That was kind of crazy. They just went in dry into mid. A couple of frags traded. But yeah, they just went dry into mid, got a couple of frags, and then were able to push all the way to the last now. It's stalemated a little bit, but we see KRITZBERG, they just do like to hold that W.
All right. Oh, of course, it's sniper o'clock here for the Polish squad, and I feel like oh wait, no, how dare I? It is actually a spy. They're gonna have a quick clash check because why not? You know, it's a free clash check every time you die on somebody. Why not take advantage? So I have to quickly check it to see what sort of men they're dealing with. They will actually stick with sniper, and it's Stan's turn this time. Let's see if he can show Smoothie and Paparazzi how to play.
We're actually going to see a disgusting sniper versus sniper, I think. Emp was briefly on the sniper. He's now gone onto the heavy, which is not the greatest class when you're dealing with an enemy sniper peeking in potentially. Yes, really up to Stan to kind of do something. He's going to peek in from the right-hand side right now. He's going to see a heavy, nice 450 health.
Oh.
Takes half of it down, but they are aware of him now. That's one big deal.
Yeah, 150, but no head, I'm afraid. No cigar, as they will keep flicking back and forth between these two doorways, keeping them guessing over on this sniper. Oh, Slash running around with that sentry gun. That would have been a sad sort of pick to lose, as that's not only an engineer, but a sentry gun as well.
Spam is decent, so it's difficult for Stan to really do too much. You also see a couple, like, it's almost like Chacha's trying to bait them into a trap. He's also trying to spam the gun down at the same time. If they do come into this trap, he's detonated now, so there's no stickies there for him. He's trying to spam the gun down. There's a pyro, but he does just about get it. I mean, presumably they're not going to sack a soldier, and so I don't think it does that much for them, because they're still stuck with Stan on sniper. I guess he can peek a little bit more without having to worry about that sentry gun. Speaking from the right side.
Yeah, they've thrown a soldier in, and he's actually alive a lot longer than he has any right
Stan's
to be.
so deep.
He was in so deep. They've actually forced off the Uber here, and Grabber's like, okay, I've got one scout to play with this Uber, and nothing, absolutely nothing was made out of that Uber. They actually get Stan to kill the heavy weapons guy that they were looking for a long time, but now they've got no more players or Uber to push in with. Oh, an Uber charge.
Stan again. Uber gets forced out, just really from that sightline, I think, as much as anything. They do scuttle out to second, though, so they are going to probably play that ad here. It is a nice 40%. Whether Stan's just going to stick on the sniper or just throw his life away and die for it, that might be the better option. But both teams seem to be kind of content with this situation. They're just going to build on second. Bus crew very much on last. They've got a sentry gun, they've got a sniper. They're happy right now, but they are at disadvantage.
It's some very confusing TF2. You wouldn't be able to pencil this and write it down about what's going to happen next. Usually you don't have these, it feels like all the right pieces but in the wrong order. Jon, he's trying to actually get out of this Uber on top of him, and he actually backs out by going forward. 5-head play, as he will keep himself alive. The rest of the players over on Busco are trying to pick up the pieces left. They still got a bit of a sentry gun left on their side, but they're crawling with red players all over on this last point. The soldiers forcing the issue now. Uber charge has been actually pushed out of Martin, and they're trying to get aggressive with it, but they get Stan, and they're throwing another scout maybe in as well. They've cut off poor little Chacha over on the flank, or actually no, you're trapped in there with him. He does go down though, but he survived a lot longer than any of us were going to think he was going to survive. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, he committed to that fight on second there for a long while there. KRITZBERG really like to just take these fights whenever they can. I mean, Grabber was arrowed, so he didn't build up quite as much advantage as he could have had. But they are building well now, so they do have almost 30%. It is probably going to be pushable. You can see the position from Busco. They're super aware of the difference. Space is being made already. Poison's going to come in. He gets a nice rocket down and gets the force out.
I had too much onus on that sticky trap from Jon working. There was a potential, but I think Paul Grabber got pushed out of the way. Get down, Mr. President, said one of the blue players from Bus Crew. As Grabber actually does a good job of avoiding the damage from Jon, and they want to hold on to the second point, even though they're at that full mast here. So maybe they can hold on to it. The scouts managed to get on top of this flank, so they're fighting with less players. Oh, Chacha goes down, flanked from both sides, front and back. And second point will go to Bus Crew. They've got Paparazzi on sniper. It's his turn now. Okay.
Yeah, the position there was not very good from KRITZBERG at all. They were kind of stuck in the choke when, I mean, Bus Crew just took the high ground and dominated them. You have to worry a little bit about the sniper, and the Ubers are now very, very even. We've had that kind of leapfrog situation. They got closer each time.
Oh my! Oh, Poison, he's been domed, and the sniper's starting to feel himself now. Paparazzi, he's hounding them like people of his name, and he wants to get a good firm picture of them. Oh my god, a nice snapshot coming out from Paparazzi here, and he's going for the long scenic shot. He won't actually find the final sort of shot out of him, and they're a bit weak on this second point, but they don't want to really push out. The respawners have come back for both of these teams, however.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but Grabber did, I think, get forced somewhere, so it's not going to be 100% for the bus crew. Soldier is coming in, it's just a little bit of a bait. Will just about survive by going under. They do bully them out of this cafe area. It doesn't look like they're going to super commit. Actually, looking to go choker. They could catch players out with Uber.
Yeah, they've gone Uber. They could push in here. Well, actually, they're the ones being pushed, and Wonshu actually doubles down and gets a block onto midpoint as well. Yon has to go back and clean up that kill, and this Uber looks a bit ineffective from Bus Crew. They will get a second point just from, I guess, player advantage alone, and they had to throw in Smoothie there to keep Cha-Cha alive, who was a bit overcommitted and was looking like he was going to go down if that wasn't a nice scout play there. So, Hempus, he's feeling good. He's going on the flank. It was all like sort of distraction for Warp to come in and force the Uber out of... Oh, okay, well, gentlemanly stab. Okay, nice and cleaned up Warped will be, as they have got an overcharge brewing, but it's not quite ready yet, and it seems they want to gift more gifts Uber on KRITZBERG for defense.
Yeah, they committed super hard onto second there with the Uber. I mean, the Uber had faded by the time they even walked through the choke, and now they're 2 players down, no Wonshu, no Paparazzi. So it's going to be 100%. The Uber is coming in now, right side. Yon's already at the spawn. Both spawn doors pretty much locked. They'll have to rotate out of the left if they want to fight it, but the heavy comes out, but he's too slow, too fat, he can't get on that point. And that is a round for the bus crew.
Some fat shaming here on the last point, and Bus Crew, they will start off with a nice round, but not as quick as the previous game, and it seems we're in for a match. 10 minutes that took, so it could just be turned very quickly over on our second mid. We see if they have a stronger following than they did their first mid. KRITZBERG for defense, going in for the kill. His bonkers Stan will actually get created. Oh, sad days. Well, Wonshu is even brought low as well. Everyone's just so healthy on Bus Crew, and they're running on fumes here. Oh no, Cha-Cha, there he goes, blown out of the midpoint. Warped. He's trying to see if he can still pressure them. He's keeping his priorities on keeping himself alive, though. They want that mid lockdown above anything else, and we're missing another player in this server here, Dave.
Yep, we are briefly. I mean, you can see really the Bus Crew, like, every time they get that kind of positional advantage on mid-fight, the soldiers go really deep behind. Didn't quite work for Poison this time. Seems Yon is now rejoining. There's not going to be a demo to fight this mid, so it's going to be difficult for them to fight. They didn't ask for the pause for some reason.
Yeah, that's
it. Coming in there.
Yeah, it's a big pick. They're doing a good job, I would say, to say that they're completely a man down over on Bus Crew. They will, in this Uber exchange, have them going down, and oh god, they try to maybe get a counter attack going back in, but they're just being swarmed here by KRITZBERG for defense. They overextended themselves a little bit. Grabber went down during all that fray. Oh no, Cha-Cha's going to go down as well. Oh, a nice 2-man cleanup for Slash over on that flank, and to say how good and how easy they had it, they still lost it there.
Yeah, beautiful cleanup from the Bus Crew. They killed Grabber super early, grouped up around the medic Martin. Super clean, just really smooth, like they coalesced perfectly around the medic, and now they have a big advantage.
Alright, Sticky's on point, sentry gun up, sniper of course picked up here for KRITZBERG for defense, and would you say this is a critical defense though, Dave?
I guess so, if you want to make crazy puns. Uber comes in though. The Demic does just about get survived after being levitated a little bit. In 80% now for Grabber, no frags going down. They are getting lots and lots of caps on. If the Uber comes in here, it might just about be enough to say, well, there is a fat man on the point as well. A little bit more fat shaming. Gout comes in behind, gets more caps on, but he does get melted by the heavy. Is forced out. Desperation pop there. They didn't possibly need that pop, to be honest. But with Martin going down, they are going to retain a very, very slight Uber advantage.
It felt scary. It felt scary for KRITZBERG for a second there. Everybody was kind of being peppered and they were being pushed onto that point. It's a teeny tiny point. You don't really want to get multiple souls on there, so I can understand, I can sympathise with that pop coming out from Grabber. They want to cheekily get the second point, but if you haven't got many players up and you haven't got an overcharge up, what do you really hope to win the second point with? Is it sheer belief? And belief is not strong enough. I don't think even Santa could survive on this much belief alone. Dear Lord. Oh no! Stan even gets cleaned up on the back line. Smoothie's the only one that's alive, and he's going to have to stick with Scout, and I don't know how he's going to deal with 6 players going to last point. Oh, he gets cleaned up. 2-0. Nice cushion for the bus crew to sit on.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit over eager there, to be honest, from the polls. Like, as you said, they didn't really have anything to push off. I mean, they were really waiting for their spawners, and they're just going to try and go in and dry, but the position was really there for Bus Crew, and now 2-0, it's a long way back, just 8 minutes left.
I mean, it makes wonderful TF2 to watch, but it can't be wonderful TF2 to play. It's just so aggressive, and we're going for another mid, a defensive mid, but an aggressive outlook. Oh, what a bomb coming out from Warp. Lots of damage, laying down the foundations for the Bus Crew. They have to actually step back a bit and kind of recollect themselves, as there was some counter-aggression coming out. Grabber's gone down, and obviously that means there's a kill target put on Martin's life. Wonshu's going to go for the longest flank of his life, while the rest of his team are going in face forward, and they will actually control them from the face front. Martin has his Uber charge. There's only one player left that can threaten his life, but I'll be impressed if Wonshu makes the magic happen.
Stuck in the cafe, getting sandwiched by 2 soldiers. He does not like to see that. I mean, that was a beautiful, just an absolute wall there in the flank area. Just erected a complete wall around Martin. Absolutely no danger to him. I mean, again, it's the soldiers really, really making the plays on this mid. They're getting Grabber a lot. Beautiful bombs from them, and they're playing well around their medic, as we said they had to.
Okay, they haven't even got a sentry gun set up yet, and Smoothie is already backing out, switching off to a different class. They've Ubered in over on Yon and company, and they're already pressuring the core, or the blob of Bonkers, and they just aren't really strong enough, it seems. The blob is just doing a good job of dodging all the spam and keeping themselves healthy from the scripts and scrapes of Bus Crew, and they've managed to hold it.
Yon went really deep into their spawn there, but they really didn't get the frags they needed. Grabber's now 100%, but again, the second point is difficult to push out.
Oh man, look at Yon. He loves this rock. I've never seen a demo man sticky up a rock so much. And oh, they throw a soldier. Oh no! Is that the unholy sound of a medic dropping? It is. Not what you need to hear if you're on KRITZBERG for defense. Is like, oh, now we have to go for another medic sack, and I don't think they even have the heart to do it this time.
No, I think they wisely took the decision to back out. Gonna have their 6 players up for last. The sentry's only just going up now though, and Martin is at 100%. A little bit slow here from the Bus Crew to really. I mean, they're doing it kind of by the numbers, making sure everything's cleared. Really, really bad entry. The demo couldn't get the jump in at all. They are going to get the level 1 down, but no frags thus far. They are a little bit playing on the point now.
Oh,
Soldier bomb
no,
comes in
Jan's
from
got down
Poison.
to the sniper. Oh, but they do get... I think... oh no, they didn't even get the medics out of the equation here. There we go. Now the medics are out of the equation, but it's not really what you want to kind of shoot in a post-Uber world. You want to kind of ignore these medics and start shooting the classes with guns. Martin will keep himself alive, and that gives hope for maybe another push out if they can hold on to the second point.
Yeah, they didn't chase Martin out there at all. They were stuck dealing with that scout for an absolute age. Martin's going to have a 40% Uber advantage, which they will be well aware of. They're building super, super hard. This is a silent building on the soldier. Now you can hear the building from Hempus, but I think they're aware of the 40% ad. KRITZBERG are getting really, really aggressive in lobby. They've got players out on second. Maybe it's a fake out for one
Oh
shoot.
my.
Trying to do something.
Oh my
here.
god, they're still throwing a soldier in anyway. How much health? I don't think they even have the health counters on their hoods right now. It just seems they're so aggressive over on KRITZBERG. Chacha, he's got a lot on his plate right now. They've Ubered in for him, and They will push him back. He's managed to get back to the spawn queue, and they've got a few players on bus crew on that point ×2. It's capping away. They've got Grabber, actually the one blocking it, so no overcharge. 3-0. It's looking sour for KRITZBERG here, to say how close their first map was.
Yep, 3-0 now. It's difficult now, to be honest. Like, the bus crew very, very much in the ascendancy. I mean, we are kind of... Maybe they can come back.
Oh,
We'll have to see how it goes.
it's the trump card. You hate puns, Dave, but it's a Kritzkrieg coming out for KRITZBERG. I can't help myself but laugh in glee as we're going into another mid, and the plan here, full on raging attack for the defense squad. And Wonshu will get a sort of trade with Warped over on the flank area. The rest have met a stronger demise, and poor Grabber, he's got nobody to heal with the crits. Oh, he gets the slice, but can't really do much as a critical medic.
No. The Uber sword doesn't really offer much there. Apparently that was a drop for the logs as well, so... I mean, crits drops don't even count. Like, you know, don't at me with that. But... yeah.
Bless Peter, always on the positive side. He said, whispered in our ears, like, the logs will look good. Like, they gotta look at the positives here, because it's looking mostly negative. 3-0, 11 minutes left. It's possible. It's mathematically possible, but is it already 5-0 in the hearts of these gamers here, Dave?
They got to be demoralised right now, 3-0 down. As you say, it is possible, but they're already on the last point here, bus crew. They're looking to come in. The demo man comes in, get decent position, gets the gun down. Again, you see the rotation from spawn, from the defence. A little bit of cap time coming in. Fakes out the soldier bombs a little bit. There's a heavy on the point.
What the? Grabber? Well, Grabber went down. It seems like nobody was keeping tabs on the poison there, just on top of their medic, and they're just focusing on the big blob. And I guess this is the play to make.
Charge isn't behind.
Ooh.
Couldn't quite make it work, and Martin again sneaks out of there. Going to have a 30% Uber advantage again. I mean, they've got control just because Martin keeps sneaking out of there somehow.
Oh, they're still going in though. They have got a full squad to actually push out with this time, so I'm feeling a lot happier about their chances here. And the soldiers are doing a good job of not only laying out the damage, but they back out with such minimal health. They have a choice for KRITZBERG. They either chase them out, which usually leads to a suicide of one of their soldiers, or they just let them go and just resign the fact that another soldier is going to come back in and lay even more pressure on. Very nice soldier gameplay.
Just about coming time here for KRITZBERG, I think. They are looking to take the Uber in now, the bus crew. Uber in from right side. Oh, the soldiers! Oh,
you can't leave! I won't let you, says the man. He's got this door on lockdown, and he's leaving the rest for his teammates to feast upon, and a feast shall be had. 4-0. The mercy rule is just waiting in the wings. I can possibly see a towel being held by Grabber. Will he throw it?
That was disgusting to see. I mean, I said the spawns were coming in. I didn't realise they wouldn't actually be able to leave spawn. Completely shut down by Yon. They're disgusting to see.
Need I remind you, Dave, there is a concede option in this new ETF2L season. So at any point, if they're not feeling like it, they can actually throw in the towel. I'm not joking here. Oh my god, Yon, you absolute machine! Look at him, he's just churning out damage. The boy has not missed a day of TF2 to say how long he's actually taken a break, and good god.
That was nice of him, but we did see Stan did take out Martin while all that was happening. There were no scouts around Martin that time. Not exactly sure why, but you know, medics traded. The cap is going to come down for bus crew here, presumably. Just the 1x on it at the moment, but you know, 4-0 with just 8 minutes left. It's really backs against the wall.
KRITZBERG coming out from Martin here during both of the medics going down. It's going to be poetic here for our potentially last round of TF2. Yon getting a nice early pick with that sticky trap onto Wonshu, and the KRITZBERG. Can you feel it? Can Yon feel it? Are we all feeling it in this Twitch channel? It's got to be good. It's got to be big. It's got to be Yon. Let's see what he can make happen with this crits. It's online. It's ready. He's used it. And the first sticky gets a scout kill. Can he follow up with more? Oh, can't really find any more, I'm afraid. They're chasing everybody through lobby, though. Everyone is searching for more frags. Cha-Cha's the only one alive. He's made a bunker for himself. It's safe from crits here. If I can defend the second point, I can defend the round. He can't even do that. Slash will be put on defending duty. Yon has got a door on lockdown. The rest of the team has already got this last point laid out. No concede needed. Rule has been invoked, 5-0, and the best of 3 has been awarded to the bus crew.
I mean, they sped up for sure. I mean, that was a pretty quick 5-0, and particularly that last round we saw the chase down. Crits didn't even hit anything really, just got the one scout. But Slash, who was really going really deep with the chase, cleaned everyone up. Busco looked dominant, to be honest, and they have made their way back into Premiership.
Whew, well, okay. I'm going to have to maybe, take a second back on what I was saying earlier, Dave. Just by the results alone, surely this means that the first map pick was for KRITZBERG for defense. Because if it was like that close, and now it's such a whitewash compared to Sunshine, it has to be that way. I don't know. Well, you'll have to grab the details. You have to keep me in suspense. But I guess the only thing left to do is to go to the logs.
Absolutely.
All right.
I haven't pulled up just yet. Give me 1 second.
I have to manually go there like a caveman. There we go. Oh my god, don't look at the logs. Look away, KRITZBERG. Look away. You don't want to see these logs. Oh no. It's looking very blue top here in a lot of categories. And apart from Def, they've toppled the top of the charts for Def.
I mean, that's something for them, I guess.
It's something. Not even HP. They were losing more HP, and they still don't get enough health packs compared to the bus crew. But my, Yon, he must have heard us echoing, talking about this Cha-Cha kid, and he's like, right, how dare you?
Beautiful logs from him. 17 for 3, 349 damage. That's really, really impressive return from him. Warped also very, very nice damage. I mean, very, very big impact on those mid fights, especially. Put them really nicely. In fact, they won every single mid, so that was perhaps the difference. More impact from their soldiers on the mid fights wins them the game.
Yeah, it just seems like everybody's had a part to play, and is it my fault here, Dave? Have I set Cha-Cha up? Was I singing his praises too early here, or was it just the map change? Is it just unkind to be a demo man on this?
I don't know. Like, he has this kind of unconventional style where you see him just go for these weird kind of plays, these weird holds. He occasionally goes for weird flanks as well. I mean, when they're aware of it, it doesn't work. He just gets owned. But sometimes it does work, and it's really, really exciting to see.
Well, he's in good company, because the whole of KRITZBERG for defense were playing very weirdly. There were just pushes at random points, really hopeful bombs is probably the nice way of putting it. The double spy play, the sniper at every conceivable moment on attack, defense. I'm sure if they would run, more snipers in other game modes as well. It is certainly a style, and it is not a style we're going to be seeing just yet, at least not for certain, as their fate is still to be decided. But we know for uno facto, bus crew are going to be seen in future Prem.
Yeah, they'll be good. They'll be ones to watch for sure. I mean, with KRITZBERG, they do have now a second chance. I think they're going to play against Garda Pantere. The winner of that presumably will go into Premiership as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen both of these teams, and honestly, that one could go either way.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So, right, what is there left apart from the cross the T's and dot the I's? Oh, of course, how dare I? We have got some other TF2 action happening. Not right now, though. It's going to be happening at the weekend. It's a little tournament, you might have heard of it, called Lock and Loaded. Only the most fun tournament I've heard people quote. And you can still be a part of it. Sign-ups close on Friday. We've got all the information, all of the biz over on Team Fortress TV. So if you head on over to teamfortress.tv to find all that, you could still be a part of it. You could still watch it, but I know for a fact that you'll see me, Beta, everybody, loads of people, maybe even Dave here, over covering it watching a bit of Lock and Loaded, maybe even playing in some of it. Not I, though, God forbid. All right. So, again, a final congratulations to the bus crew. They will walk away with this and thus walking away into Prem. Congratulations to them. KRITZBERG has still got another chance. However, we've still got more coverage, some more groups of this Prem qualifier because there's 6 teams fighting off for these 4 slots here. So if you want to catch more of that action, you can tune into Team Fortress TV. Give us a follow if you need be. If you've just missed the action, oh, bad luck. It was a great game to watch, wasn't it, Dave?
Absolutely. Really good fun.
Yeah, you can watch all of that over on our YouTube. We'll get that up and loaded at some point as well. Otherwise, it's going to be a goodbye from me. A goodbye from Dave. Say goodbye,
Bye.
Dave. Yeah, excellent. And a goodbye from Beta. And a goodbye from Team Fortress TV. We'll see you next time.